You know, I thought he and I were kind of cool with each other. But then he set me up for a roadblock like that. I mean, that's just not right. Don't you think so, Steve?
Well, actually, Cobra Commander, I have to agree. Hey guys, what's going on? Good seeing you.
You know, I have to say it. Is it just me, or is Firefly without his mask on look a lot like that guy from Row?
Actually, Cobra Commander, I was going to say he looks like that guy who played Punisher in Warzone.
I know, right? Tell you, I think Firefly's in the wrong business. He could make a great actor.
Oh, I agree, Cobra Commander.
Hi, everybody. It's your old pal Chuck, and today we were taking a look at from the Retaliation G.I. Joe movie line, Firefly. And I have to say, this is a pretty bad figure. Um, he is one of those limited articulation figures, but also that's due to his gimmick. You may or may not be able to tell, but his forearms are basically molded in clear, translucent green plastic. Basically, from the elbow down through the hand, that is all one fused piece. So that means he has no wrist articulation. We'll get to articulation in a moment. Just had to mention that. Only good attribute to this figure is he has a Ray Stevenson head. So this is actually kind of cool. You can pop this off, put it on your other figures, put it on your other Firefly from the Invasion 3 pack, or if you have a Marvel Universe Punisher, want to go for a Warzone vibe, maybe that'll work. I'm not sure. He does also have an interchangeable head with a masked head. We'll get to that a little bit later. I am not 100% sure if this is color accurate. In the movie, some of the scenes, his outfit looked this seafoam, well, not seafoam, but this swamp green. Other scenes, I could have sworn it was his classic gray, but for better or worse, this is what we have. It's it's that what I call swamp green, but it's like a very like a seaweed grass green with black highlights. The red cobra signal logo on his chest. You do have this tribal type tattoo on his back with like clay brown accents. Moving down the legs, you have some gray and black for his holster straps, and knee pads with brown boots. Articulation, like I said, this is very limited. He has a ball jointed neck that is limited by the collar of the jacket. That is not movable. I thought it might be look like a separate piece. Pin and socket shoulders, single jointed elbow, rotate at the bicep. No, nothing further down since, as I mentioned, it's one piece. Chest articulation, he has a forward and back ab crunch. It's about as far as it can go, and rotate side to side. I know I sometimes forget to mention that in reviews. Ball jointed hips, out to the side, very tight. It sounds, when I was first doing it, it felt like I was forcing it. Single jointed knee, and then from further on down, single piece, no ankle articulation, nothing like that. For accessories, he comes with in the holster two pistols. These are the same pistols that came with the G.I. Joe Trooper. I guess this is molded together. These two pistols are molded together, but not with the holsters. The larger pistol, right here, if I can hold it, fits a lot better in his hand than this smaller pistol, right here. In fact, unless you wedge it in correctly, it's going to stay right now to make a letter out of me, but usually it just falls right out. You unfortunately can't. The hand sort of has trigger fingers, but because it's all molded together, you really can't do anything with it. The hands are of a softer plastic than the forearms, but I don't know if that's on purpose or just a fault, so I can't really force the hands closed to hold the pistols. And if you notice, he does tend to hold them at an upward angle. I was kind of hoping, because I always felt that, Firefly should have smaller arms, not like massive machine guns or anything, since he's a saboteur and demolition expert. So I really like the idea of these pistols. It's just the execution is kind of bad. This figure also comes with one larger accessory, which we're going to take a look at right now. All right, this is his little battle sled. It rolls. It actually rolls very nice. I like how this sled looks. It's actually really kind of cool. It's in this nice gunmetal gray. You do see this black Cobra logo right there at the base. It has a couple action features. One I'll show you when I put the figure on it, but the one I can show you right now, kind of disappointed about. See that little orange circular thing? That's a canister. It launches. Push the button right here and it's going to launch. Yeah. That's actually not that. That's pretty good, but on other occasions I've had it launch very weakly. But Firefly can ride on this, so let me get him positioned and we'll come right back. Okay, so here's Firefly on his sled. He's actually not that difficult to get on, just have to bend the legs a little. As I mentioned before, there is one additional feature. There's a button here behind the rear wheel that if you just press it, it'll turn on the handles. As you can see, I mean, the handles are lighting up. They're supposed to basically illuminate his forearms, but it doesn't work, which means detail articulation was sacrificed for this figure for a gimmick that doesn't work. And it was a gimmick to get children to buy this figure that doesn't work. Personally, I'm sure everyone has their own opinion. I think it would have worked better that instead of having the grips be the lighting point, there was a tab along the panel and that the forearm plugged into it, meaning there was a slot on the bottom of his forearm. I mean, you're going to limit the articulation and just change the forearm anyway, make it functional. And if you plugged in that way and had that tab light, it probably would have lit up his forearm. I don't know what's Hasbro's going on with them. I don't know what they're thinking, but this past year they've had a big thing about light up weapons and light up gimmicks, and they just don't work. So yeah, the batteries are replaceable from the bottom there, but that's about it. It's not even bright enough to work as a nightlight or a flashlight, so I'm just going to turn it off and pop the head, and I'll give you my final thoughts.
And why is the window open?
Alright, so I went ahead and popped the head off. It's very simple to do. The masthead follows the camouflage pattern. Yeah, so I really can't recommend this figure. The only way I can is if you want a Ray Stevenson head. Maybe the holding the pistols, the hands are a quality control issue, and yours might be different. You might have some custom work that you want to do, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Coming soon, either Wave 3 or Wave 4, however they're numbering them now, will be something called the Ultimate Firefly. It'll be the movie-accurate Firefly with interchangeable heads and a whole bunch of extra stuff. Basically, it's that 3-pack Firefly Plus, and that will probably be the one to get. Other than that, there's not really much more I can say about this figure. It's your old pal Chuck, and for Firefly, we'll see you next time.